So, lads, today we're going to be talking about the mock draft. The NBA mock draft from Bleacher Report. And yeah, we have got this right here. And it's going to be, obviously, now we are into 2025. So, this is the first mock draft of 2025, with Cooper Flagg still going number one to the New Orleans Pelicans. Man, the Pelicans have the worst record in the league. That's mental. But Cooper Flagg, I still think you take him number one, but I just don't know. I just don't know if he's got, if he's gonna be good. I don't know how good he is in offense. I really don't think. I don't know how good he is in offense. He just turned 18. He is gonna be younger, but it's like he feels like one of those types of players that he's like. He just seems like one of those guys that's maybe a high floor, low ceiling type guy. Dylan Harper too. I think by the time of the draft, there's conversations about, do you take Dylan Harper number one? I think there really is. I think the conversations are already starting right now. He is scoring extremely well. He's shooting the ball better. Like, capped off 2024 with a triple-double. He's passing. He can shoot. He's just elite, and he's a 6'6" combo guard, which is kind of like the perfect archetype for a player. And Ace Bailey, you see, I don't know how I feel about Ace Bailey. I really don't. I think he's he's a 6'10" shooter who plays a bit of defense, but he can shoot the lights out. We saw him in his last couple of games. He is starting to play really well. Like, he's just... It's like 6'10" for nothing. I think 6'10" for nothing might be a way to describe him, because he's genuinely like... He can use his height to shoot over people, but that's really it. Like, he's not going to be out there dominating inside. He doesn't really take the basket. He's got no handle whatsoever. Like, even for a big, he doesn't have much of a handle, but he still is the height of a power forward. So, yeah, you know what? Take him 3. Take him 3, because best case scenario, it's Brandon Miller. And, man, all the negatives I have with him, I thought were negatives, going to be negatives with Brandon Miller, and Brandon Miller's been exceptional. So, look, what am I to know? 3 is fair enough. Jeremiah Fears going to the Charlotte Hornets at 4. And... look, he's an athletic point guard. He's somebody that, again, has been nowhere in mock drafts up to this point, and is now up to 4. I still don't know if you go and take a point guard with LaMelo Ball, especially one who's not like 6'5", 6'6". But he's going to be good. He's young. He's only a little bit older than Cooper Flagg, and he'll be what? Will he be 18 making his NBA debut? I think. Either way, he's... I don't know. I don't like it for the Hornets. Yakujonas. I like him. For the Utah, look, he's 6'6". He's smart. He plays decent enough defense. He can score the ball. He shoots the ball pretty well. So, Chauncey Billups is a comparison. Look, if you're getting Chauncey Billups at 5, it's a great pick. Yeah, I think maybe putting him beside like a Lowry. And did I have much else really? Yeah, he is 5, fair enough. VJ Edgecombe at 6, I don't like the pick for Portland. I think he's too similar to what's his name? He's too similar to the Jesus, I forgot Shaden Sharp's name. He's this non-shooting freak athlete wing who's going to be an elite defender. He's just not what Portland need. He's really not what Portland need right now. Malawatch going to the Nets. I mean, he's a freak athlete. I don't compare him to Alex Sarr. I think he's better defensively. He's better in the paint. He plays harder than Alex Sarr, and he's not nearly as skilled as Alex Sarr. Like, Alex Sarr is super duper skilled, but like, Malawach plays harder, and yeah. Trey Johnson to the Kings. I mean, he's a scorer, so don't mind that one. Really don't mind that one. Like, he can score the ball extremely, extremely well. And you know what? Getting something like that at 8 that you know is probably just going to be a bucket isn't bad at all. Pro comparisons, Cam Thomas. Yeah, fair enough. Asa Newell at 9. A big man for the Thunder. In fact, the Thunder are going to get 76's pick, aren't they? Oh my god. The Thunder are going to have possibly another top 10. Worst case scenario, another lottery pick. Mental. Absolutely mental. But Asa Newell for the Thunder do need a bit of size. Like, they do need a lot of size. And you've got someone that can shoot the ball. Pro comparisons, Marvin Bagley, Jalen Smith is not great, but still. You got someone with length that can shoot the ball a bit. With a top 10 pick, it's not too bad. And if it doesn't go well, you can trade the pick. Con Knipple 10 to Detroit. Not a bad pick, in fairness. Like, you can never have too much shooting. Like, I would still consider taking Agar Demon, but like, I'm looking at these teams, I'm like, nobody needs him. So I could see him falling if it goes like this, but the Pistons probably could have done with Dalton Connect at 5 last year. And they do need shooting, so I think Colin Knipple could be pretty good. Ben Sarif going to the Spurs. Not over Agar Demon. Not over Agar Demon. Like, I understand that Ben Sarif is an elite point guard. Ben Sarif might be better. You do not miss out on putting a 6 foot. Imagine having a 6'9" elite playmaking point guard with Stephon Castle, Jeremy Sohan, Devin Vassell, and Wemby. Like, that team, that's an elite team. I do like Ben Sarif though, so I don't mind it. Like, I definitely would take Ben Sarif over Nolan Traore. But 11, fair enough. Colin Murray Boyles to the Rockets. Yeah, you know what? Can't really shoot, but he's good. That's his only problem. The Rockets via the Suns. Like, he's extremely strong, good in the inside. He's just not that big and can't shoot. Agar down into the Warriors. See, I don't like that. He's a playmaking point guard and he's a ball in his hand. That doesn't really fit the Warriors. I don't like that pick at all. Like, it's mad that he was projected number 2 not too long ago. But he is, like, again, a 6'9" big point guard. Like, I still think he's definitely a lottery pick. I still think it's hard for the Spurs. But at the same time, like, Ben Sarif is really, really good too. Nolan Traore going to the Spurs. Okay, imagine if the Spurs can come out with Nolan Traore and Ben Sarif to run the 1. And adding the young French point guard with, not Lonzo, Jesus. It says Lonzo there for his comparison with Ben Simmons. I don't think he's been great though this year. Like, he's struggling to make shots in Pro A. Pro A is a higher level in college. But he's not been the greatest this season. 15, Liam McNeely. Again, there's no way this guy doesn't have an Irish passport. Him and Colin Murray Boyles, like, go get your Irish passports and play for our national team. We need somebody. We need, actually, to be fair, our naturalized player is extremely good. Like, genuinely, it's like, he's elite. Like, what's his name? Neil Quinn, absolutely elite. Elite D1 player, but Liam McNeely might be a bit better. Buggy Fland, greatest name and the best name in this draft. Probably the best name in this draft. Going to the Nets from Milwaukee. Do the Nets need another kind of scoring guard? You know what? The Nets couldn't do anything. Noah Essingu, 17. He's going to be a stash player for the Thunder. They're going to send him to G League and hope he gets good. This is this season's Usman Jang pick. Derek Queen, don't know that a lot about him for the Spurs. He's big, though, which isn't too bad, but I'm not going to comment too much about that. Anyone else that's kind of... Hugo Gonzalez dropping to 21. To be fair, he's gone back to Real Madrid's bench, scored 8 points in his last 4 games. Like, he's just not... The problem is like, I don't see the Jonathan Kuminga comparison. It's just Real Madrid's really good and not a lot of young players play for him, so it's hard to judge him by that. Any really interesting picks here? Alex Toohey going into the first round. Okay. So he's overtaken Rocco Zakarski as the top-ranked Australian at the minute. Rocco Zakarski. There are not that many as athletic 7'2" dudes as him. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Alex Caraman. I'm genuinely going to be good. Thought he was going to be in the draft last year. Noah Penda at 32. You've got Ruzic, who, again, I don't even know that much about him. He's been doing okay, though, hasn't he, for Juventus? Dink Pate, who's been kind of a consistent high second-round pick for a while. A Serbian, not named Nikola. We've got Bogoljub Markovic. A lot of overseas players. There were an awful lot of overseas players in the second round of this draft. I heard 2026 is like nothing for overseas players. But yeah, so scrolling through and it's like, I really like Tyrese Proctor as a second round pick. I think he might end up playing. I really like him as a second round pick. Another Australian. Also, this dude, I don't think he's going to be anything, but just for the risk of a 7'2" sniper, like, maybe you take him and take a chance. Ryan Nemhart, only at 58, and is there only 59 picks? Yeah, so that is pretty much it. That is it for the draft. The one thing I will say is I do think Edgar Demon's probably going to go above. You never... You know what? Ben Saraf has been hooping, so if the San Antonio Spurs can somehow come out of this draft with Ben Saraf and Nolan Traore, I mean, that's their point guard position sorted for the future. But anyway, I'll see you guys.